the bank is just there to make them poor, because the bank take their money and then they invest it somewhere. But there is something I want to let you know today, which you haven't been taught at the university before. Okay, the bank is actually there to help you finance whatever dream you want to have or you want to achieve in the future, but it hasn't been taught and you haven't been told yet. The rich, the wealthy in the community make the bank to support and fuel their intentions and their dreams. So you realize that the banks are always negotiating with the rich, because they have learned the ways of how the bank work. As a student, you don't know about that, and so you think that saving at the bank is like a scam, waste of time. The bank make money out of you, but rather you can force the bank, you can push the bank to the limit where the bank will come to support whatever dream you want to have. Okay, like we say, many people see bank as places where they save their money and withdraw cash, but that is actually not that. Like the entrepreneurs and investors sees the bank as fuel places where they can fuel up their businesses. Now I want us to look at something here. I'm having some short time here, so I want us to look at something here, how to actually negotiate with the bank for the bank to support your dream without you getting any debt or falling somewhere you don't want to be. Okay, so one, you have to understand what the bank really sell. What does the bank really sell? What does the bank really provide? That's the first thing you have to understand. Okay, so the bank doesn't really actually sell anything or sell money or do anything. Okay, they sell what we call trust. The bank sells trust. Whatever country you are in, the bank sells trust. The bank is there to support people who are trustworthy. Now listen carefully. If you think the bank is there to just cheat you, take your money and invest somewhere, that is not it. The bank is actually there for trust. That is why when the rich go into negotiation with the banks and they are able to pay their money, whatever interest on time, they build that bond and now they become like protocol people. So the bank actually doesn't sell anything, it's just there to support people with trust. So now the question is, how do you, individual student, you don't have money, you don't have all that it is, yeah, you are welcome, you don't have all that it is, but how do you win the trust of a bank? So a bank lends a money to you, or a bank gives you a money and expecting you with an interest, and then within a short time you are able to pay the interest on time. That is the first trust you are building with the bank. No matter how big the money was you took from the bank, no matter the amount you take from the bank, if you are able to take that money from the bank and you are able to pay on time, you build that first trust from the bank. Now doing that, you are actually helping. Jesus is king. Yes, Jesus is king. Thank you for joining my life. I appreciate you here. Where are you watching from? So a bank lends you money, and then they believe that within time you will be able to pay that money back, and you pay it back. At that moment, you win their trust, and you win what the bank sells. That's negotiating with trustworthy people. Therefore, your first asset as a student that you can build, whether with a microfinance group or a bigger bank, is trust. Your first asset. Okay, the first asset that you have to build is trust. Credibility. You have to be credible. You have to be responsible. You have to show that yes, you are actually a trust person, that when they give you even $100,000, $200,000, or $10,000, you can be able to pay back. Now, You are a student, your mom gives you $50 a month. You need to build a reputation with the bank in order to get money from the bank. Don't think that saving money in the bank is a waste of time or the bank is taking your money, but rather you are saving there to build what we call a bank statement. If you are not saving with a bank and you don't have a bank statement, you don't have actually a good statement, records with a bank, it is very hard for you to take money from them to support your dream. So when you build your trust, at least save some $10, $5, $15 at the bank. Don't think that the bank is a waste of time. When you are even traveling, there's something we call bank statement that we need. So you need to try as much as possible to save at least some coin in the bank to build some kind of reputation with the bank, so that in the long run, you can use that as a capital, as a trust to win or take money from the bank and invest in a higher generating income asset for yourself. So like I'm saying, the bank need people they can trust, they can give their money to. You don't save with them. How do they give you their money? I'm not saying save all your money at the bank. No. Try to get a track record. Try to get a record, a statement. Work with them for a while. I know some banks will tell you that, okay, save with us for about 6 months, save with us for about 3 months, 1 year, and blah, to be able to acquire a loan for your dreams or for your investment you want to go ahead with. So try and build a reputation with a bank. Your financial reputation is very, very important. Even as a student, whilst in school, you have about 4 years or 3 years to complete school. If you start saving 10 CDs, 20 CDs, 30 CDs, by the time you finish school, you have a very good, smooth, nice bank statement that you can use that one to acquire something. You can use that to buy trust from the bank. The bank is not there to make you poor, but the bank is there to make you rich, and the bank is there to help you fuel your dreams. Let's take for instance, you don't want to work with a bank, but you need about $20,000, $10,000 for a project. How do you raise that money? How many years is it going to take you to raise that money? The bank has that money. They need you to have a trust with them. And then you can take that money and you put small interest on it. And then you use that to fuel your asset or you fuel your dreams and then pay back their money. So you see, the bank is always there to make these funds available for you, but they should have a track record of you. So make the bank fuel or push your dreams. Have a good track record with the bank. Build a very good trust with the bank, and you can be able to take up some kind of funds from them to fuel whatever dreams you have, and then you want to push. So keep, like I'm saying, keep very good financial records. It is very, very important. It's very, very, very important. So the bank is always there to support you and fuel your dreams. Okay. Use the bank also now the third one. Use the bank to fund productive assets. Some people take money from the bank. They have chances to take money from the bank and they use it for unnecessary things that pushes ego, things that project ego. Use the bank's money to fuel your income generating asset or income businesses that you think that when you put money inside, it's going to push you up there. Don't take a loan or don't take money from the bank and put it in unnecessary things that is going to project you, make you flashy. In the long run, you're going to incur a debt and you can't pay. Rather, build a trust, gain your trust, get a good financial record, take the money from the bank, put it in your productive asset. Don't think that, yeah, hello, you are welcome, thank you for joining my life. Don't think that when you take the money from the bank and you invest it in you can pay. It is never true. The rich take this money from the bank and they fool themselves. You think the rich are always rich because they had and they work for all this money. No. If you take money from the bank, peace be unto you too. If you take money from the bank and you invest in a project that is worthwhile or that is visible, you actually compress your long years of working. Can you be working about 6 years to accumulate $10,000 to start working, whilst the bank has money down and will put a little interest on it for you to push your dreams? So you see, you take money from the bank to compress the long years. You don't know when you are going to pass out from this world. So the bank is actually there to provide you with all this that you need. And then within a short time, you can use their money to establish yourself. And then, hello, Raf, thank you for joining my life. I hope you are good. Okay, so within a short time, you can take the bank money, follow your dreams, and you are gone. You have compressed time. If you want to work 247, you are going to take about 5 to 7 years to raise about $20,000 or $30,000 to follow your dreams, which is the long years. So use the bank's fund to promote, to establish, and to fund your productive assets. Not to go and buy a car and be driving in a car. No. Fuel something that you think that. So I will teach on what actually to really put your money inside. Okay? Now, bad debt. When we talk about bad debt, taking money from the bank and then buying expensive gadgets, luxury lifestyle, unnecessary spending, and then those. But good debt is like fueling your education in some good businesses that you have scouted, some investment opportunities that you see that this is really well, you can really invest and take and get something. So learn that. Another thing also is that the bank need people who are literate in finances. You go to the bank, you don't know anything about financial literacy. You want to make business with them. When they speak their financial terms, when they speak their finance language, you don't understand. You don't understand mortgage, you don't understand debt, you don't understand investment, you don't understand loans, you don't understand everything of their language. Learn financial literacy or financial intelligence. When you go to the bank, some of these languages are interest rate. Do you understand interest rate? Do you understand inflation? You don't understand. You need to understand all this to be able to partner with the bank and to fuel your dreams. Make the bank fuel your dreams so that you compress the years of working. Make the bank work for you. Make the bank fuel your dreams. Let the bank compress the years that you are going to take to work. But before you make the bank compress the years that you're going to work, make sure you find an income generating or product generating asset that you can really put your money there. Now, the last advice I'm going to give is that when you are going in terms with the bank, don't go bigger, go smaller and pay in time and build a financial record. Don't go and take $100,000 from the bank. Find a business that you think that will make you. Take a little amount from the bank, invest in there, quickly make profit, pay their interest, and keep the profit and work with it. Start small with the bank. Don't go worldwide. Don't go and take big money from the bank. That some may even end up becoming a waste, or some will even end up on people's hands, people squandering it. No. Start very small with a bank, but think bigger. Start saving small, little with a bank and build the records, because the records are actually the trust you need with a bank. Now, this is a very important, because if you want to really rely on your ability, you may need to work a lot. You may need to work a lot. You may need to work for a long while before. Yeah, Ken, I hope you are fine. Thank you for joining my life. So make the bank fuel your dreams. I've said it. Build trust with them. Have a good financial records with them. Don't think that they are there to take up your money or take up whatever you have. No, it is never true. Leverage on the bank. Go into terms. The rich always negotiate with the banks. Take what they have, whether it's 6%, 8%, they take it and put it in a business that can make them quickly get profit and pay the bank and get the rest. You've saved time. How long, if I may ask, how long and how many years will it take you to raise $10,000 when the bank is ready to offer you $10,000 based on trust for you to go and work with little interest? It will take you a long while, for about 4 or 5 years, to raise about $10,000 or $20,000. So it means that your success will take long. You are going to really take long. Think about this carefully. Don't rush into it. Think about it carefully. The bank has money. Build trust with the bank. Build financial records with the bank. Dress up. Go to the bank. Talk with them. Okay, I want to take a loan. I want to take this money for a very good project I have seen. Do not go and take money from the bank when you don't have any viable business that can make you. Do not do that unless you have found a business that you think that this is a sure deal business that is going to make you. Then you can step forward and go to the bank and ask them, negotiate with them. The bank need people who are bold, courageous. Now it is only the rich people that does that. What about long run and you're not? What about your long run and you are not gimmick? I'm not really getting what you mean, but what I'm trying to say is that if you want to work and then become successful, you need a lot of time. But actually, there is a pool of money lying at the bank waiting for you. In elsewhere in the countries, people live on grants, credits, and all. They pay back on time and still get more. That is why some countries people develop faster than others, because they are always in terms of serious business. Okay, in terms of serious business, you need to actually sit down and look for a business that you think that this is visible. When you put 10 cents, $10, $20 inside, you're going to make money out of it. After you have scouted and you are sure that this are the locations you are going to work with and agree, then now you come back to negotiate with the banks like I'm talking about. Now, for all you know, the bank will never have a very big interest on whatever money they are going to give you. It's either 5%, 6%, 8% that they're going to give you. And when you're taking from them, don't take big. Yes, debt is real. Debt is real when you take money and you use it for things that project ego. So like I would say, take money for acquisitions. Take money for things that will generate assets for you. Don't take money for ego and lifestyle. That one will bring you debt. So the central message here today is that there's a pool of money lying at a bank, and that money, it's only the rich men who knows about this business, and they are going about taking money from the bank, paying small interest on it, and becoming more rich, whilst the poor are afraid to approach the bank to take just a little. You can even take about $500 or $600 from the bank and use it for something very important. Like I'm saying, before you take any money from the bank, make sure that you have something very important. You have scouted a particular business that is very, very lucrative, very important. You are going to make it in a short while, because you are going to pay the bank money in no time. And you know, anytime you have money from the bank, or you owe somebody, you are always working harder, disciplined to pay off your debt, because you are actually scared of not be able to pay. So in the long run, you work to sit up and to make it. And now it is only the rich that are benefiting from this kind of opportunities from the bank, and the poor are always afraid of debt. They are always afraid of debt. You know, the lack of education, or the poorest thing to do is to fear debt. So I would advise that now in my next video, I'm going to teach on what income generating asset should you invest your money in. Okay, when you find the asset, Don't wait too long. Start writing proposals to the bank. Start writing letters to the. Just dress up, walk to the bank, and tell them, okay, I want to see the manager. They will just look at you and ask them, okay, why do you want to see the manager? Okay, you have a transaction you want to discuss with the manager, and then sit down with the manager. The manager will look at you, and then the manager will spell out their terms and conditions with you. Banking is a very big business to fuel your dreams. Don't sit on them. They actually have money to support you grow. But if you fear, it is only the rich that will take the money from them and build up themselves. Yes, because if I give you 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, it will be hard for you to make about $20,000 or $10,000 to start a business. How many years will it take you to raise $15,000 or $10,000 or $7,000? Whilst the bank is there, when you have trust, good financial records with them. Even if they put 10% interest on it, your business will make it, and you will pay them, and you still make it. And that's the mind of the successful. That's the mind of the rich, because they think about where to get the money and make themselves richer, not on the debt that will come later, because they know that at all costs they will have to pay. Okay, so firstly, before you can get any money from the bank, save a while with the bank, have a good track record, build trust with the bank, and then work with them. Deficit before equity. Yeah, you are right. So it is very important to for you to build that records with the bank, so that you don't find problems trying to get some kind of cash from them to start something. Okay, so that is my message on how to make the bank fuel your dreams. Find the dream first. That is the first thing. Find about 5 to 6 businesses or 5 to 6 assets that you think that can really generate higher income and make you rich. When you think you are certain about it, sit down, have a good track record with banks or with a particular bank, and then walk to them. Don't be scared. Like I said, the rich men always negotiate with the bank, and they are always there for us. But because of the traditional mentality that when you take loans from the bank, you are going to be arrested, you are going to have some backlogs. So the fear is there. No. Put away the fear, walk to them, go and sit. You just have a chat with the bank manager. Okay, bank manager, my name is so and so. I want to start this business. I need a loan of maybe 100,000 USD. Can you offer me? And make sure before you do that, you have had your laid down plans of every business, every asset you want to go in for. So you have a solid plan. The moment you take the money, it's straight to work. You have compressed your years of working to get that money. You will get that money in a short while from the bank. Quickly pay off, and you are fucking rich. I hope you get me. Yes. So I know you can do this in a day, but mentally start psyching up yourself, working up yourself, your mind, and seeing the bank as a friend, seeing the bank as a fool, seeing the bank as someone who wants to actually build your future, help you meet your dreams, and then be friends with them. There's no harm in trying. So when you even walk to them and try to have negotiation with them and it even doesn't work, that is a good success mind. You have tried. You have made an effort. So make the bank work for you. Make the bank fuel your dreams. Don't be scared about their interest rates. You will pay them only when you have a viable or a very good what do you call it, asset that you have really taken. So if you have any questions, if you have any, I'll be around. You can still chat me. Now, don't treat your bank as a place where you save your money. You're just wasting your time. Save there with the intention that one day you'll buy their trust and then negotiate with them. Because these people have taken your money, you have saved money with them before, you have really helped them before. So if you go online and check the requirement of a bank to acquire loans and all, you will see all the requirement there. I once banked with the services less than $5,000 and lost it in weeks because 6,000 should have been the margin. Okay, so what do you use the money for? You lost $5,000 in weeks. Did you invest it in any kind of project or any kind of work? Because I know you say 6,000 should have been the margin, but I'm just curious on what happened that you had to lose $5,000. Did you invest in something that couldn't have help you sustain the money or something? For starter saving, okay. Was it was a commercial bank? Yeah. So let's leverage on the bank's opportunity to our advantage. Let's leverage the bank's opportunity to our advantage. Very, 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 very important.